before we can talk about how to subtract polynomials, we need to look at a special case of multiplying them, right? And that case has a name. It's called the distributive property. If you look at how this is set up here, what we have is a monomial, right, a single term polynomial, multiplied by something bigger, right? And the way we simplify in the sense of removing the parentheses, is we're going to take that thing that's outside, it's being multiplied by the whole large expression, and distribute a copy of it to each of the terms inside. Right? So you see that's this happening here. We take the A and distribute a copy of it to the B, and we get A times B. And we're also going to take that A and multiply it by the C. Right? So this is called the distributive property. And it's a tool that we can use to simplify polynomials in the sense of we're getting rid of parentheses. Right, so let's look at some examples. Right, I want to simplify 2 times 3x plus 6. Now, when we talk about simplifying polynomials, there's a number of things we want to do. The thing that we care about right here is getting rid of the parentheses. Just as a general rule, something is considered simplified when it has as few parentheses as possible. Right? So to get rid of these parentheses, I'm going to use that distributive property. I'm going to multiply 2 times the 3x, and I'm going to multiply 2 times the plus 6. Now, if I just simplify the number parts here, 2 times 3 is 6, so that's 6x plus 12. And that's it. Right? That's how I've simplified that expression. All right, so we've got one more for us to look at here, and this one is a little bigger. Right? There's more going on inside the parentheses. 2ab squared minus 4ab plus 6. There's 3 terms instead of 2, but that's okay. We're going to do the exact same thing. Right? And I've got some negative signs here. I've got a negative 5b out here in front. Right? So just like whenever you're dealing with negative signs, right, you just have to be a little more careful. Make sure you don't accidentally drop one. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take this negative 5b, and I'm going to distribute it to all 3 of the terms. Right? There's 3 now instead of 2 inside the parentheses. So I've got negative 5b times 2ab squared minus, watch how I'm handling the negatives here, minus 5b times 4ab plus negative 5b times 6. Right, so now the distributive part is done, right? But I still need to simplify some of these individual terms. With this first one, negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. We still have that a, and I've got a b and a b squared here. If I multiply those together, that's going to be b to the third. All right, so how about this middle term? Well, I've got negative 5 times 4, that's negative 20. And I've got this negative here out in front, so that's negative 20. Let me actually write that out. This is negative 20 a b squared, because I combine these two b's here, just like I did on the first term. And finally, negative 5 times 6 is negative 30b. Now again, we still got some cleanup to do with these negatives. This negative 10ab cubed is fine just the way it is. We've got 2 negatives here, negative 20. That's positive 20 ab squared. And finally, I would never write plus minus 30, plus negative 30. I would just write this negative 30b. And there's my final result. Now, I wrote out a lot of steps here, more steps than I would normally do if I were just doing this in class, once we've got the hang of it. Right? Once you've got the hang of this, I would just go, for example, I would negative 5b times negative 4ab. I would go straight to plus 20ab squared, and I wouldn't need to write out all those intermediate steps. If you're not entirely comfortable just yet, that's fine. Go ahead and write out all the steps to make sure you don't miss a term or miss a negative sign. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with the process, the fewer steps you'll have to do to get to that final answer.